first. I don't lean over it. Actually use my whole body. When I'm trying to shift, I'm not putting my head there and then moving.
Alright, nah, bro. This guy's level of autism is 300 at this point. This is the most so shit I've ever seen in my whole life. Bro's crashing out about how people pick up a suitcase when they drop it. We cannot be serious here. I'm sorry, what? Did this guy just tell me the way I sit in a fucking dining booth is wrong? Is this deadass what we're doing in 2025? I'm not alpha if I scooch into a booth. Alright everyone, welcome back. Today I found a TikTok posture coach and he's actually insane. Now this guy's name is Planet Mike and he pretty much represents everything wrong with male influencers in the year 2025. Basically he's the embodiment of overthinking. This guy's made countless videos of him teaching young men the correct way how to do basic human movements. Essentially making people overthink literally everything that they do. Drinking a coffee, sitting down, holding a fucking folder, walking around. Whatever you can think of, this guy has an alpha way of doing it. So yeah, let's see just how bad this guy can get.
Brother, you have to be present with anything that you do. Simply taking a seat. If you're not paying attention, you start looking around and drop it. That's gonna take away from your first impression.
I beg your pardon? Sitting down takes away from your first impression if you do it wrong? What kind of psychotic bullshit is this, Mike? Are we serious here? I know this guy's about to teach us how we should actually be sitting down, but first of all, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. How is this even a topic of discussion that needs blaring music and weird sound effects?
Lowers your status. And people around you not gonna take you seriously. Move with purpose. So know already where you're gonna land, where you're gonna take a seat, and make it look effortless, like an expert, not like a dog that's trying to take a dump.
Oh yeah, that's probably my biggest problem in life right now. Not being an expert at sitting on a fucking bench. This shit cannot be real. I actually can't believe I'm watching a real Homo sapien roam the earth right now. This guy's more not real than the giants that Mr. Belmar thought might be real. I mean, come on, Mike. You literally did the exact same thing both times you sat down. The only difference is that the first time you decided to wag your tail like a fucking dog, acting like a clueless kitten. Firstly, no one does that shit. Most people know how to sit down normally. That was something I learned to do at 18 months old. Secondly, this alpha way of sitting down makes you look even worse. It makes you look robotic and looks like you overthink every little movement you do. To be honest, I'd rather sit down in the non-alpha way if it makes me act like a normal human and not overthink everything. That's how you make your life miserable. Imagine being the frontal lobe in this guy's brain. How fucking awful would that be? I'm 20 years old and apparently your brain doesn't fully develop until you're 25. If this is the shit that I'm missing out with those extra 5 years, then honestly, shoot me now. I don't want my brain to fully develop.
Sure you don't ruin your first impression taking a drink from your favorite latte. How about you do this?
Leaning towards and bowing down to the cup. Are you actually fucking serious?
Stop serving the cup. Drink it like a man. How did it look?
It looked retarded. It looked special. You look like a Sims character. You look like Mark Zuckerberg taking a sip of water in a courtroom. I seriously don't understand how overthinking and actively thinking in your brain to tilt yourself back so you don't serve and become a slave to a cup can at all improve your life. Like seriously, how does this help you? Sure, you might be like 3% more manly in this guy's book, but you trade that in to overthink literally everything about yourself and every single movement you do. This is not a good mindset to have, and I kind of think that goes without saying. This guy's taking one of the luxuries in life, which is being able to have a coffee and maybe being at a cafe, talking to your friends, reading a newspaper, watching YouTube, whatever. Shout out to everyone drinking coffee watching this video right now. But he's taking such a simple, enjoyable task and making it not very fucking enjoyable at all, turning it into some alpha status symbol. I don't know if this guy needs to hear this right now, but bro, no one gives a singular shit if your spinal curve is at 30 degrees, which is bowing down to the cup, or at 10 degrees, which is where the cup is serving you. This is overthinking to a level I've never seen before.
You ever wonder what it looks like from the side when you take a seat at the dinner table? Most of you will be leaning over the chair, pulling it over, then coming in and make it look effortless. Make that chair serve you. How does it look?
It looks like you have a stick up your ass. Is this rage bait, bro? Seriously. Seriously, Monk Army, can you let me know in the comments, is this genuine rage bait? I want to know. It's starting to get really hard for me to believe that an actual human like this exists on this planet. What was actually the difference between what you did in the first clip versus the second clip? The first clip, you bent over the chair. The second one, you didn't. Who gives a singular whether you bend over the chair at the dinner table or you nonchalantly move it back while standing upright? You're gonna wake up tomorrow the same old Mike no matter what way you do it. You're gonna make the same amount of money, you're gonna get the same amount of women talking to you, you're gonna get the same fucking meal. I mean, seriously, there is just no difference at all. Literally 5 seconds after you sit down, no one actually cares about how you sat down. They're just gonna continue to eat their meal and leave. And no matter what way you sit, the chair will end up serving you regardless. I mean, bro, you're literally sitting on it.
Here I am, grabbing it like an 8 and coming to business meeting. Make sure not to use underhand grip when carrying the folder. Making it all about the folder, but not about yourself. You grab the folder, approaching the business meeting in this manner. How does it look?
Are we fucking serious? I also need to worry about how I carry a fucking folder? Alright, Mike, how is me having an underhand grip while carrying a folder to a business meeting making it all about the folder and not about myself? And how does me changing it to pinching the folder below me at all make it more about me and make me more of a man? Riddle me this, because I seriously don't get anything you're saying. You're making no sense here whatsoever. There is nothing of substance coming out of your mouth. Does this guy think that if a girl walks past him and sees him not acting in this weird alpha way that's pictured in his mind for the last 30 minutes before walking into the business meeting, that the girl's gonna stop him in the middle of the hallway and fucking shoot him in the face or something? Does this guy think that she'll call him out being like, hey, this guy's walking into a business meeting, but he's making it all about the folder and not about him. Everyone point and laugh. And then the whole fucking building starts moving like some 1960s bully, snapping their fingers towards him, ready to give him the wedgie of his life. Like, obviously not. Mike, you could literally shove the folder in your fucking trouser pants, walk into the business meeting and pull it out of your pants, and you'll get the same level of respect from other humans. It is not that big of a deal. Mike, the booth does not give a solitary whether you slide in like a dude after seeing a girl remove her boyfriend off her highlights on Instagram, or bounce in like you're on a fucking pogo stick. This might be one of the goofiest dudes I've ever had the displeasure of looking at, seriously. You literally did the exact same thing. Both times you sat in the booth, both times you drank the water, both times you're gonna get the same exact meal. Moving in like a robot isn't gonna increase your status and make you more of an alpha. It's gonna make you look like a social reject.
Fully aware and present, and making any space that we're in serve us. If we're about to take a seat on a bench, we don't want to take too little of space. Don't do it like that. Just don't. Why would other want to notice me if I'm trying to hide?
Can we get a welfare check on this guy? I don't think he's functioning like a normal adult. Bro, you're sitting on a bench. You're not trying to fuel a rocket. You don't need some super secret method in order to get the most status out of such a simple action. I don't know if this guy thinks people pay more attention to him than he thinks, but realistically, literally nobody cares. Everyone has their own problems and their own things that they're dealing with. People aren't looking at you specifically, waiting for you to sit on a chair and mentally calculating how you approach the bench and how well you sit, then giving you a mental score out of 10, which might affect how they perceive you in the future. Maybe in an alternate reality, but not this reality, Mike. I understand body language and people learning basic things like how to carry yourself, sitting up straight or whatever, but trying to rewire your brain to relearn how to approach a fucking bench like it's some holy grail that's gonna punish you if you don't make it serve you is like being a firefighter trying to tame a wildfire by only using a glass of water because they don't want to make it seem like you're serving the fire by putting effort into taming it and putting it out. You know, the fire should be put out by your sheer presence because you're such an alpha. Like, yeah, sorry your house burned down, but I want it to be nonchalant, and you know, I didn't want to serve the fire, so I only used 1 liter of water. The fire should know its place. It should serve me.
First, I don't lean over it. Actually, use my whole body. When I'm trying to shift, I'm not putting my head there and then moving. The proper way to do it, get up, shift the whole body with your head, continue the movement. And it's pathetic if you drop some and you start stop being looking and acting frustrated.
Why is this guy explaining how to pick up a fucking suitcase like it's a sport? Like he's trying to teach an MMA move or some shit. Like, make sure your center of gravity supports your punch or some shit like that. Like, bro, we're picking up a fucking suitcase, not trying to knock someone out. There's no need to use words like shifting your body with your head when trying to teach me how to walk in an airport. If you drop your suitcase in the airport, I can guarantee literally nobody cares. And people care even less how you pick the damn thing up. People are trying to get their bags, get on flights, maybe they missed a flight and want to get another one. The last thing people are observing in the airport is how you pick up your suitcase if you drop it on the ground. I don't think there's actually a human being alive that thinks like this when they drop something. It can't be real. Anyways, I'm done with this guy, Planet Mike. Click the video on screen right now because YouTube thinks you'll enjoy it, and I'll see you all over there. Subscribe.